long-term analysis of Uber Technologies 2025, 2027. What's gonna happen? Let's analyze it together. First of all, guys, remember to read the disclaimer right here and in the video description below. We have fundamentals, we have net income, which is important to assess if a stock is gonna continue to go up or not. And then we have the technicals, of course. So let's start with the fundamentals because you're gonna you're gonna like it actually, because we have right here, let's talk about the fundamentals right here, the best earnings ever of Uber Technologies. It's like absolutely amazing, 6.88 billion, in the last quarter. So obviously it's exceeded expectations, and also, look at right here the fundamentals in more detail, because it's completely insane. So what we have here is like completely reported is 3.21, which is way better than before. But look at the EPS of the previous one; it was also exceeded in that sense. So we have very good results in Uber Technologies. And here the key question here is, will the upturn continue? Okay, so according to the estimate, we're gonna have like a constant growth, which is very, very important. And actually, what I would say is like 2024 was great, but the coming years is gonna be even greater, in that sense. So obviously by 2028 we're gonna have like an estimate of 5.19, but I would say it's gonna be better than the estimate, because they have to adjust this analysis, this forecast. I think it's gonna be way better. When you invest in a stock, especially for the long-term analysis, you have to think about about the business model. It's like we have Uber Eats, we have mobility, obviously. So the thing here is like the business, both businesses are performing great. And actually, if we go to the fundamentals, we can clearly see in detail, and by revenue, you can clearly see has been evolving. These two units, mobility, and then we have like delivery. Both have been working very, very well. In both cases we have constant growth, and that's the main business of Uber. And that's the good thing. Is they are improving the numbers every year and exceeding expectations. So that's important to assess if we're gonna have like a good performance over the next years. Obviously, we have a Nasdaq crisis, everything is going down, but that will be like a good opportunity to buy Uber at a lower price. But the current thing is like it's gonna make new highs very, very soon. Obviously, I think the price is justified, because you see the fundamentals right here below, and you see the price action, and I would say it's correlated. Here we have a little bit of volatility because and I would say if you compare the data right now is undervalued, because obviously the last quarter has been exceptional. But the thing here is like the price has been following that pattern. We have negative numbers right here in March 2022, in June 2022 as well, and even in September 2022. On all those cases during this downturn as well, you've seen negative numbers. So when you see positive numbers, the opposite comes true, and that's one of the reasons probably the stock is right now near knee highs again, because the numbers and the fundamentals have been improving over time, and the business model right now that they have, all these both business models that they have, it's working wonderfully, because they have like global presence, which is very, very important to create a brand. But global presence, you have Apple is very known worldwide, and Uber is very well known worldwide. Maybe not all the countries yet, but it's getting there. That's the positive thing about Uber. It's gaining global presence, and that's very important to create like maybe the next Apple. So currently we have a market cap of 170 billion, which is very good. Could be like 1 trillion by 2030. It's like in an optimistic vision. It could perfectly happen. Because if they continue to improve the net income, the price tends to follow. That's what usually happens in the markets. You can see Nvidia is also making new highs in net income, and Nvidia is making new highs in price action. There's like a huge correlation. And when you see something like that is contradicting, for instance, net income and going lower, positive but lower in comparison to previous quarters, and the price action is going up, making new highs, that's like a dangerous signal. Like, okay, they are overvaluing things right here. That could be dangerous. You don't want to invest in something like that. Or maybe you can invest it, but as soon as you see like an exit signal, just exit, your position and invest somewhere else. Because normally the correction tends to be like huge. Depends on the business model, depends on the sector, of course. That's the theory. Okay, so let's go now to the seasonals, because the performance over the years, we had a little bit of volatility, I would say, with this stock. Several years in 2022, minus 43%, 2021, minus 18. I would say that these were the worst years. But as you think about it, the problem they had at that time is what we all know that happened. It's like something completely unexpected. Globally. So obviously that tends to create like unprecedented events, which is the case here, but it's not gonna happen anymore. So I hope so. So in a normal year, look at the performance of Hoover. Like in 2023, 142%. 2020, that was like the obviously the event, 64%, but that was like because the incredible crash that happened back in March 2020. And then 2024, last year, 3%, not that much, but just because that there was like a resistance level right here, and now in terms of technicals, if we see a breakout around this level, actually we have two possible breakers right here. The first one is the current one right here at $82, and the second one is at 86. If we have a breakout in both cases, it's gonna make new highs. It's gonna happen if you want it or not, because normally technical analysis usually work, it usually works. That's the thing. That's the good thing about technical analysis. People actually analyze and trade using only technical analysis, and it works. With fundamentals, it can work, or sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, So that's the good thing about technicals. Some resistance levels right here, actually, I'm gonna draw them. Okay, these are the two, but the support levels right here, the first one is like the uptrend that we experienced right here. If the stock corrects $63, it will be a price to buy again, Obviously, unprecedented events can create like huge crashes, we all know that. Look at what happened back here in 2020. Look at this downturn, but this is not unprecedented. This is because of net income, remember, guys. So you have to analyze specifically the case for every stock. It can be different, it can be sectoral, so you have to analyze it closely. In this case, right now, it's performing really well. We have good fundamentals. There's no danger, but just the market crash, in general market crash. And that's a good thing, And the only thing we have, two resistance levels. And in terms of volume profile, it can tell you the same thing. If we go to the volume profile, let's actually load the indicator. That should be right here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I would say it's over here. Here we have it. Yeah, fixed range volume profile, I would say. This is the purpose of using this indicator. It just says where the most volume traded areas, So right here, we take the data from November 2020 till today. All the volume areas, there were like a lot of trades in this stock. We're back in February 2021 around that date. Currently we are in this area, which is not very traded, in that sense in comparison to the past. That's a good thing, because if we see breakouts, there is no resistance. There is nobody willing to sell because there is no reasons. They don't find resistance levels to sell, and normally that's when the price makes new, when it makes new highs, because there is no resistance. There is nobody willing to sell at that point because they don't see resistance levels to do that, Okay, so guys, remember to read the disclaimer. Again, thank you very much, and see you in the next video.